Hey there, this is Akshat Madan and welcome back to the next part of CrewAI Complete course. So in the last part, we studied about React agents, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to code your own React agent. So you already know React is reasoning plus action. So to perform some actions, we are going to code some tools or some like actors. And for reasoning part, we will be using an LLM. So you don't have to worry about OpenAI API key because for this video, we'll be using Gemini API key, which is free of cost, and you don't have to pay to build your AI agent. Okay, so first of all, what exactly we are going to build? So we will have an LLM layer over here, which is nothing but the Gemini model, which will be acting as the intelligence layer for my agent. Then we are going to have three tools with us. One is website scraper, not website scraper, but it's a Wikipedia search tool. That means whatever you want to search, you can use Wikipedia search for getting the information or scraping the HTML page of Wikipedia, and then using Python, we are going to scrape the content of that HTML page. So basically, we have Wikipedia search tool. Okay. The next thing that we are going to have is mathematical expression evaluator. Basically, this tool can solve maths questions. Okay, so maths eval function, we will have this as the second tool, so that if you give it 2 plus 2 as a string, it can actually give you 4, or if you give it any mathematical expression, it will give you the output of that expression. This is the second tool, and we are going to have the third tool, which can fetch my to-dos. So if I am a user and I have certain to-dos, this LLM will get access to those to-dos, and if I say, hey, what is my next task, or what exactly are my pending to-dos, it can fetch those and give it to me in well structured format. So fetch to do, and for this we are going to use dummy to dos. So I'll show you which website is there, or which dummy API we are going to use to build this fetch to do tool. Okay, so we are going to have these three tools, and then we have this intelligence layer, and then we will have the user input prompt, and based on the availability of these tools, you can get the answer. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create these three tools first of all, and then we are going to create the chat class, and then finally the React agent class. Okay, so let's start with the coding part, and let's code Wikipedia search tool first of all. So I'm in VS Code, and I have this empty folder learn CrewAI. You can get the access of this code also from the link in the description. I'll create a new folder called as React agent. Okay, in this React agent, I'll have one IPython notebook. So I'll call it as agent.eipynb. Okay, this is my notebook. And first of all, I'm going to import. I hope it is visible to you. Let me do like this. Yes. First of all, let's import HTML. Let's import RE. Let's import HTTPX so that we can make HTTP call to Wikipedia. I think this is enough. And we also need to create a virtual environment. So how do you create virtual environment so that we can select the kernel? So I'll be using this warp terminal. This is a smart terminal, and basically it gives me suggestions what I should do. So first of all, I'll go to this folder location learn CrewAI. Okay, so if I check my current location pwd, I'm in Akshat Madan, so I'll go to document. As you can see, it is giving me suggestions. So you can also download warp terminal. It is free of cost. In this documents, I'm going to go inside Akshat Madan folder, and then inside this folder, I'll go to cd learn CrewAI folder. Okay, now inside this folder, I'm going to create a virtual Python environment. So I'll say python -m venv. I'll call my virtual environment as venv itself. As soon as I hit enter, you can see that a virtual environment is created. And I don't want this virtual environment to be pushed to GitHub. So for that, I'll create .gitignore file, and I'll say venv/. Now venv folder will not be pushed to GitHub. And I'll also have .env for my next parts, where we'll be putting the Gemini API key. That also should not go to GitHub. So I'll say .env file. So these two, folder and file, will not go to GitHub or your version control system. Okay. Now I can activate this virtual environment. So I'll say source venv/bin/activate, and you can see that this virtual environment is activated. Awesome. Now if I go back to agent.ipynb, it is detecting the kernels, and we should be able to get this virtual environment as a suggestion. So if I say select terminal, you can see this is the virtual environment. I'll select it, and if I hit enter, I'll say install. So whatever is not installed from these packages will be installed in this virtual environment itself, not globally. Okay. So you can see that no module named httpx. So I'll go over here and I'll say pip install httpx, and you can see it is installing that package, and now this issue should be gone. You can see it is working perfectly. The next thing is I will paste this code. So basically this is a Python function. When I say tool or actor or basically the tool, they are nothing but simple Python functions. So this Python function, as I told, get me the summary from Wikipedia. Okay, so first of all you need to provide the query, like what exactly you want the information on, and this is the doc string. That means this is just the comment which is telling me what this function does. Fetches a short summary from Wikipedia based on the search term. And from here, my code start. First of all, I'm making a HTTP call, get call wikipedia/w/api.php, and you provide the parameters. And this Wikipedia, in the parameters, you also have to define SR search, where you have to define your query. So whatever will be the query, it can be Elon Musk, it can be any query that you want to search on. You can put your query over here. Format is JSON. Then whatever response I'll get, I want to fetch the snippet from that response. So I'll go to response.json, query, then search, then 0.snippet. If you want to see how I got this, you just try to print this response and you'll get a proper data. And from that, you will see that your data is present in the snippet key. Okay. Then clean snippet. So just using a regular expression, I'm removing these things from my final output. And then I'll store it in the raw snippet. And then I'm just going to fetch the text snippet. I'm just going to create the text snippet. And for that, I'll say html.nscape. Basically, this is helping me cleaning my output more. If you want to see the like your dirty output, you can actually remove or comment these three parts, and you can see what exactly your output is, and then you will automatically realize that you need to clean that output up. Okay, so now just to test it up, I'll say get summary. Let's search for Elon Musk itself, and yes, this will return me. So I'll say summary is equal to, and then I'll print my summary. Okay, let's hit enter. Elon Reeve Musk, and you can see this is the complete information about Elon Musk, right? So currently this output is not showing me the complete output, but this is a complete summary of Elon Musk. Okay, great. So our first tool is working, and whenever our LLM feels that it needs to search about a topic, it can make the Wikipedia call using this tool call. Okay, let's go and write the next function. So this is the next function, which is a simple Python function, quick math. It takes an expression and it evaluates that mathematical expression using eval from Python. So if I just want to just test it, I'll say result or output is equal to I'll say quick math, and I'll say string 2 plus 2 divide by 2 mod 5 minus 5. Let's see what we get. I'll say print output, hit enter, and you see the output is -2. So it is able to evaluate a mathematical expression. This is our second tool. Let's go and write down the third tool. So this is my third tool, which is again a Python function, and it fetches a placeholder to do, that means a dummy to do item, from a fake API. So this is a fake API, JSON placeholder typecode.com/todo/1. You can also use this URL. It is available. I haven't built this API or a backend. It is freely available. It is like dummy API, right? And then you get your response. This /1 you see over here is the to-do ID. So you can actually accept your to-do ID as a parameter, and then that ID also you can pass it over here. So you just get the result. If it is 200, return the JSON. Okay. Let's test this one also once. I'll say output is equal to fetch to do. you see this is the user ID, title, and completed is false. Okay, you can actually use this. You can study this dummy endpoint, and you can also make put calls to update the completed status or update the title, update the user ID. Everything you can do over here. Okay, now our tool calls are ready. Now we need to start writing the LLM chat function. Okay, let's do that. So this is the chat function. First of all, this is a wrapper class for Google's Gemini API. I should import GenAI package from by Google. So from Google, import GenAI, and this should be enough. No model name Google. Okay, so let's install Google. So I'll say pip install Google. Great. It is. It should now work. Okay, it is not working. Let's say pip install Google GenAI. It should work now. And yes, it is working. Awesome. So you can see what this class is doing. First of all, this is a wrapper class for Google's Gemini API. Then in the init, that means in the constructor, I am expecting the API key and the system message. Like you want this agent or this chat conversation session to act as a helpful assistant or a medical assistant or an HR assistant, what you want your AI to act as. Okay, so this over here, the system message can come. I'll show you what I'm putting. API key, you have to provide your Gemini API key. So for getting your Gemini API key, you can go to Google AI Studio. Go to this Google AI Studio. And over here you can see get API key. So you can also get your API key from here. Okay, awesome. Then in the constructor, I am defining self.system is equal to system message. Self.messages is the empty list for now because there is no message. Then define your GenAI client. This GenAI.client is coming from Google package. Self.chat is self.GenAI-client.chats.create. Use this model. Use this LLM. Okay. Now everything is initialized. If my system message is not empty, then I'll just append my system message as a system message. So you can see role is system, content is the system, into my messages list. Okay. Then self.chat.send message. As soon as you send this message, the user or the agent will start generating the response. Okay, so this is a call function. If the message is not empty, then append the user message into the messages list, and then get the response, get the response.text, append the output as the assistant output into the messages list, and then return the result. So you are seeing what is happening over here. First of all, I get the system message, and then I append it in the messages list, put that system message to LLM, send it to LLM, and then whenever user asks a question or a prompt, append it into messages list, send it to LLM, get a response, put that message in the assistant as a assistant message into the messages list, and your conversation will keep on happening. Okay, great. I hope this is helpful. Now just to test this, what I'll say, test chat is equal to chat. Okay, and I should provide the API key. So let me get my API key. So I have my API key. I'll go to environment. I'll say Gemini API key is equal to, I'll paste it, and I'm going to delete it after this video, so don't copy the same one. I'll go to agent.ipynb, and I'll say chat needs the API key. So I'll say API key is, and system is you're a helpful assistant. And if I hit shift enter, OS, so I need to import OS. I will also import .env, and I'll say load.env. .env needs to be installed, so I'll say pip install .env, and it is done. I'll go here. Load.env is not defined. Okay, from .env import load.env, and now it is done. My environment file is now loaded. Now what I can do is I can say, and now this should work. Yes, it is working. Now if I say test chat, what is the capital of France, and if I hit enter, the capital of France is Paris. So my intelligence layer is also set, my tools are also set. Now I need to create an agent class where this intelligence layer, this LLM, gets access to the tools. Okay, let's create the React agent class. So this is the React agent class. Don't worry, I'll explain you every line. So first of all, in this class, I just have the simple doc string which explains the purpose of this React agent. This React agent that can use tools to answer the questions. The agent follows the React pattern, reason about the task, act by calling the appropriate tools, observe the results, and then repeat until the task is complete. We have already studied this in the previous video. Great. Now in the constructor, every agent will have memory. I have explained this also in the previous part, where your agent should have a memory so that it can retain the information. Okay. Then this is the system prompt. You're a helpful assistant. You can use the following tools. So in the system prompt, you have to define which all tools you are giving access to your LLM. Okay, so you have get summary, quick math, and fetch to do. These are your three functions, and you also have to define the parameters that they take. Because to LLM, how will the LLM know that what should be the parameter I should provide to this function, right? So you have to give all of this information and be as descriptive as you can. Okay, so when you need to use a tool, respond with action, so that whenever we get a response, we can actually check whether this action thing is present in the output or not. If it is present, then make the tool call. If it is not present, then do not make the tool call. Okay. Otherwise, respond normally as the assistant. I hope this system prompt is clear. As soon as we do that, we initialize a chat variable, and we have already done this. How you initialize chat? API key. Where this API key will come from? Whenever you initialize the React agent. Okay, great. Then we have a call function. Again, process a user message, return a response using tools if necessary. Okay. So first of all, you get your full input. So you like to make the full input, you will add or you will join user current message plus the previous memory. Okay, so that for every inference, we also give the previous memory, previous state of the agent with the new user message. Okay, so your response will be self.chat, provide the full input. Okay, as soon as you get a response, update the memory with the user message, update the memory with the assistant message, which is nothing but the response. Great. If your response starts with the action, that means you have to make the tool call. Which tool call you have to make? That you fetch from the response. So you provide the response, you get, like, you use regular expression and try to get what type of action your LLM is asking to make. Okay. If not tool call, that means invalid tool format. Otherwise, you take the tool name, tool arguments, because you see over here, we ask LLM to return the action, return the output in this format. Action, then tool name, then in square brackets, then again in triangular brackets, you have input. So over here, using the regular expression, I'm doing nothing, but I'm trying to fetch this two variables, the tool name and the input. Because this tool name is nothing but the actual function which I need to call, and this input is nothing but the tool arguments. Okay, great. Then now you say result, invoke tool. Okay, and using this invoke tool, you can actually call the function and you pass the parameters. As soon as you get the result, you update the memory with the observation. As in React agent, we also do this, right? Thought, then action, then observation, then cycle repeats. Then you return the observation. Okay, return the response. Great. And this is the invoke tool function, which actually takes the name and arguments. And if the name is get summary, you call the get summary with the arguments. If it is quick math, you call the quick math. If it is fetch to do, you call the fetch to do. This is the simple React agent class. I hope it is clear. Okay, let's run shift enter. So this is the main function. I'm just getting the API key from environments and then defining this agent. Let's print welcome to the React agent. Type exit to quit. This is okay. And after that, let me print agent, and I'll say hello. Welcome to the React agent. Hello, how can I help you today? So this is a response that I've got from my agent. Now below that, let's say print then again agent, and I say what is the capital of France, and then what is 2 plus 2. Okay, let's see if we get the correct response or not. So if I hit shift enter, welcome to React agent, how can I help you today? Capital of France is Paris. The answer is 4. So it is able to make the tool calls also again. Great. So our agent is working. You can also test the other tools. The code will be in the description. And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. And till the next video, keep coding, keep innovating, and thanks a lot.